All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have these two powerhouses of notoriously bright and edgy mouthpieces. I'm going to be comparing these two. I am going to pick a personal winner of these two mouthpieces at the end, but let's go over some things first. Okay, so I want to start with this Vandoren T45 here. This mouthpiece can be had anywhere from around $120 to about $150. Since I bought mine, the price has gone up a bit. I got mine for around $140. I think I got it on either Musician's Friend or Amazon. And with this Claude Lakey mouthpiece here, I've seen this for anywhere from like $83 to $125. So they can be very close to the same price. However, I went online and I was checking out these mouthpieces since I bought it. And I'm going to give you guys a heads up. If you go on the Claude Lakey website, you'll see that this is the original tenor. It has this band around here like this. This one is plastic. The hard rubber one does not have this band around here. The hard rubber one is going to cost you over $200. I haven't seen some other prices of that one, and I'm not really reviewing a hard rubber one. But just be careful that ones that are being labeled hard rubber that has this band, it's plastic, especially if it's being sold for like $80 to $120, $130. Okay, aside from that, I want to go over some specs here. Generally, my interpretation of bright-oriented Vandoren mouthpieces is that they have a certain kind of forward projection, which can make it difficult to monitor yourself because you don't have that sound just kind of coming back to your face, kind of reliant on having the sound go out and then reflect back from the source. I really like that. That just means you need to really focus on having self-monitoring done really well. I really like this mouthpiece. This mouthpiece, on the other hand, is definitely more of a brightness in your face kind of thing, where you're not so much reliant on having that forward projection reflect back in order to allow you to monitor yourself. So depending on whatever kind of gig you're in, that'll determine which one of these mouthpieces you would want to use. Now, personally, I use both of these mouthpieces. They are affordable to a point where you could get them both. The six star 3 tip opening is similar to this T45 tip opening in terms of its resistance, but yet again, there's some more issues when it comes to what the actual tip opening of this mouthpiece is. So I've seen it listed as high as a 105, which is a 7-star, the 6 star 3 on the Autolink scale, but I've also seen this mouthpiece being labeled with the Alto tip opening designation. So you want to be careful making sure that you understand what kind of tip opening you're getting from this. So this feels to me like it's around a 100, but you know, they feel about the same, which is what matters most. I think this T45 is around a 92, something like this. It's French, it's done in metric, so it's like a 6 to a 6 star, something like this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so neither one of these mouthpieces come with a ligature. However, if you do go upscale with one of these, it comes with a ligature, and I think there's a kit that you can buy with the Vandoren where you can get a ligature. I'm going to take this mouthpiece protector off. 37.77 grams, 27.9. It's 102 millimeters. That is just slightly over 4 inches. Vandoren is coming in right around 110 millimeters, and in inches we got 4.3 inches. All right. Looking at the insides of these mouthpieces, we can see that the Vandoren is much more aggressively baffled. Okay, let's play these and see what we got. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a lot of fun and very educational. So I'm going to pick a winner at the end of this video, but first I just want to go over my experience of what I had. First of all, I could not use the same reed for both of these mouthpieces. I found that whenever I had a good reed on one, it wasn't so good on the other mouthpiece. So I pretty much just found the best reed for each mouthpiece. Both of those reeds that I used were Vandoren Redbox Javas number 3. All right, so here's my take. The Vandoren is definitely the brighter, edgier mouthpiece across the entire range of the saxophone. And I feel like that's definitely advantageous under certain circumstances. The Lakey, on the other hand, I feel like it has this nice kind of dark subtone thing that you can do, and then you can also push it bright. I found that to be very useful. So ultimately, if I'm going to make a recommendation for you guys in terms of what you should get, it will ultimately come down to what type of gig you will mostly be using these mouthpieces on. If you are well mic'd, well monitored, and you're playing a lot of solos, that kind of thing, I would definitely recommend the Lakey. If you're playing in like a big band, or you're playing with a lot of other instruments, a lot of other horns and stuff like that, and you need to cut through and have that edge, you're playing some rock stuff, definitely this Vandoren Jumbo Java mouthpiece. Now, I'm going to pick a favorite here. If I had to keep one, I would definitely keep this Lakey over the Vandoren. And the reason why is that it's just, I feel like for what I need a mouthpiece to do, it's just really, really balanced, and it gives me more of what I need. Where I feel like the Vandoren is kind of just stuck in that bright and edgy thing. I can do bright and edgy with this one, though not as edgy, but it gives me that subtone dark thing that I can use. And also I felt like this mouthpiece in the Altissimo register just came alive and was a bit of a beast, which is very, very nice. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this time to plug some of the other stuff that I'm working on, get you guys interested in what's coming up next. So I have a friend of mine, he just got his Mark 6 all tweaked up. I think he's got a Kyleworth also. I want to do a comparison of whether you should buy a new horn or a vintage old one. I also got this blues video that I'm coming out with, and a lot more other stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. See ya.